While this future Curt Schilling worked on his pitching arm,
dying for a reason to celebrate. Tracy?
Lee, that is the absolute truth, and as they say in the more enlightened circles, who'da thunk it? Here we are, Game 6, back in Philadelphia, the National League playoff series, and the Phillies, as you mentioned, are now within striking distance of the World Series. The fans started arriving here hours ago just so they could savor every minute of the most important game of the year.
All away, number 1!
From last place to, possibly the World Series, it's unbelievable. You know how often does that happen?
For the Phillies and their legions of fans, it hasn't happened in 10 years, and tonight, 10 years of pent-up energy poured out into the vet parking lot.
If Ron Gant screws up and we win, it's Ron Can't. Okay? It's my David Letterman bit. If Fred McGriff screws up, all right, he's going to get up there, a couple guys on base, 2 outs, and he strikes out. Fred McGriff. David Letterman.
While this future Curt Schilling worked on his pitching arm, other fans worked on a romantic pre-game dinner, right down to the flowers, wine, and cheese. Not exactly your standard baseball fare, but then the Phillies are not exactly your standard baseball team either.
They're a bunch of misfits. John Crook, total hick. Love them. This is a fun team to watch, Dalton, Kruk, Dykstra, they're just a bunch of characters, Incaviglia. It's been great. It kind of represents the ordinary person, the guy who's out in the parking lot, the blue-collar guy, the guy who earns a living and then comes to the ballpark at night.
So what does it feel like to be a Phillies fan on a night like this?
It is incredible. It's like the best feeling ever. It's going to happen tonight.
If David Justice gets up, he's going to hit one deep. The dude is under it. He catches it with 2. David just missed.
If wishes were home runs, the Phillies would have the series sewn up. And the Atlanta Braves, well...
Another one of our favorites tries to get to second on a long single and doesn't make it because he's too slow. Terry weighs a ton. All right, so there you go. Those are all the possible outcomes. In every one of them, the game goes 8.5 innings, and the Phillies win.
And the Phillies are winning 4-1 in the 6th inning, unless there are any last-minute heart stoppers. And remember, these are the Phillies we're talking about. But if everything continues to go well, the chop stops here, and the Phillies go on to Game 1 of the World Series in Toronto starting Saturday. That is the latest from here at the Vet. Jill, back to you in the studio.
Okay, Tracy, and as you know, anytime you have this many